napakabilis ng change ng technology right now. So, one of the leaders there is syempre yung mga engineers, ano. And with this, the engineer needs to remain alert to changing products, process, technology, or purchasing to be prepared for creative and productive life and position of leadership. So, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, technically, syempre, kung ano naman yung um, no, ina-specialize like sa inyo, mechatronics. So, yan. And then, in the end, sooner or later, people will start expecting from you that you will be able to manage people or take the leadership on something. Ano, so, leading people, pagdating sa corporate world is kasama dun yung sa management function natin. Ano, so, not only managing, kasi kanina ng umaga, nagtanong na rin ako dun sa inyong mga other sections, ano yung ginagawa ng isang mechatronics engineer? Kasi wala akong idea. So, wala akong kakilalang mechatronics and this is also my first time handling mechatronics na klase. So, they said that they are responsible for, they do or you do programming, robotics, automation, etc. So, yun. In the future, hindi lang yun yung gagawin ninyo. Ano? So, this is the technical part of the job and then you're expected to do also on the management. So, management of your resources. So, those are your people, materials, machineries, money, etc. So, at the end of this module or this class, you would be able to describe this is our learning objective, the origins of engineering management, explain the concept and principles of engineering management, and illustrate the role of engineers in engineering management activities. So, engineers are expected to, ano yung function ng isang engineer sa isang organization? So, engineers are expected to perform variety of tasks depending on their specialization and job level. So, kayo, as in mechatronics, you're expected to do this kind of job, this depending on the specialization na meron kayo. So, same with civil engineers, ito yung expected sa kanila, technically. For ECEs, for IEs, for MEs, etc. So it's important that he knows what is expected of him so that he may be able to perform his job effectively and efficiently. No? So the next concern is ano yung mga skills that wala tayo. Ano, kasi mostly kasi during your tenure as a student, you are dealing with a lot of engineering subjects, etc. Ganyan, ano. So as an engineer, most of the time, we are not trained to directly deal with people. Ano, so yan. So, and as often, it's considered as one of our weakness. So the difficulty will be more apparent once they are assigned to occupy management position. So it follows that if the engineering manager would want to do the job well, some exposure to engineering management activities becomes necessary. So hindi kasi, sabi mo, ma'am, bakit kailangan, namin mag-management, engineer nga kami. Pero in reality, if you wanted to succeed, hindi naman, totally, if you wanted to climb the corporate ladder, these are the things that you need to have. And these are the things that are expected from you. So kung ngayon, halimbawa, programming ninyo, you are graded as individuals, ito lang kasi ginagawa mo. Pagdating nyo sa corporate, you would need to work with other teams, with other people. So ngayon, kung meron kayong mga group activity, etc., okay, kayo pa rin yan. But once you there na already, you would deal with people from other departments, or you would be, anong tawag dito? Have this limited resources to perform your job, and you need to manage it. Yan. So, engineers are the people who produce solutions to many difficulties faced by mankind. So, these are the things that pwede puntahan ng isang engineer sa research, sa development, testing, manufacturing, construction, sales, consulting. Some are on the government, teaching, management, and yan. So sabi, engineering management has history. So nandiyan na siya. Even before, during the ancient civilization, siguro by that time, wala pa yung term na engineering management, or the engineering management word is not used, but you still see all the structures na nandun, di ba? So, yan, the Egyptian pyramid, di ba? On how they have applied the engineering principles. Siguro noong time wala pang word na engineer, I don't know. And how they were able to manage those resources that they have. The people, the materials, um, I think they don't use machineries at the time. And as well as the age one. Halimbawa yan, yung mga staffing system that time, the rules and aqueducts na ginawa during that time. So that is a combination of engineering and as well as managing kung ano yung resources na meron to make this. And then this comes the medieval period, the Renaissance, Industrial Revolution, then industrial developments. As you can see, as time passes by, ang dami na invento. I know, kasi ito yung mga nakita nating problems and engineers are there to help them to resolve it. And scientific management, administrative management, and the behavioral management. So, as concepts, yun. So, engineering means by which people makes possible the realization of human dreams by extending their reach in the real world. So, engineers are the practitioners of that application of science and mathematics. By its human engineering has a limitless ways of a very variety of possible disciplines. And management naman is a creative problem-solving process of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling an organization's resources to achieve its mission and its objectives. Yeah, sorry. So, management, so maraming define of what is management, but basically management is merong goal, 'di ba? Meron kayong goal, desired results, objective sa dulo, and you have these resources. And you're going to manage these resources effectively and efficiently to reach that goal or to achieve that goal in the end. Ano, so halimbawa, parang ngayon, so as a student, so ang goal ninyo makagraduate, so you need to manage your resources. So what are your resources? So your time, your knowledge, how are you going to do it? At the end of the day, you'll be able to graduate. So, same with mo sa company. Ito lang yung, halimbawa, meron kaming goal that you need to do it in the installation. So, kailangan, alam namin, what are my resources, which is, on my case, is the number of, it's your, in my case, for example, halimbawa, ngayon, pag nagpaplano kami ng ganito yung kailangan namin i-achieve na installation. So, ano yung mga limit, yung mga resources na meron ako. So, the manpower, the available manpower, the available tools that I have, the available funds that I have. So, those resources are limited. Ano, so, you just need to make most out of it by using it effectively and efficiently so that at the end of the day, I will finish the job. Or we were able to finish the job. Ano, so gano'n. So, yun pala, nalimutan ko kanina sabihin. So, I'm working right now to a project namin under the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. So, it's a nationwide project wherein we are building communication towers and data centers, monitoring centers, post stations, to um, secure yung ating exclusive economic zone. So we're also installing transponders, which is a monitoring device sa mga fishing vessels so that the Philippine government knows where they are fishing. So yun yung work namin right now. So we don't do the policies and etc. Basta you're more on the technical side of things again. So, yung mga ginagawa namin. So, sa management side ako ngayon. So, the management level. So, first, let's discuss, ano ba yung mga management levels na meron tayo? So, first is we have the first line manager. So, these are the one who supervise the non-managers, and they hold titles such as the foreman, the supervisor, or the section chief. So they're responsible for carrying out the plans and objectives of the higher management using the personal and other resources assigned to them. So they make the short range operating plans, governing what will be done tomorrow or next week, assign tasks to their workers, and supervise the work that is done and evaluate the performance of individual workers. So, kayo, most of the time, kung kayo ay fresh grad, so you will be supervised by this first line managers. Ano, so, dito kayo, most of the time kasi, hindi naman kayo laging entry level is manager. So, most of you will be directly supervised by this first line managers. Yung meron kayong supervisors. So, next is the middle managers, which are the plant manager, division head, chief engineer, operations manager, project manager. So, they are the one who do yung intermediate range ng plan, and they also coordinate the short-range decision and activities to the first-line supervisor to achieve a long-range goals of the enterprise. And then lastly is the top managers. So they are the chairman of the board, the executives. So normally they as chief executive officer, chief operating officer, yung mga ganun. So they are responsible on defining the character, vision objective of the enterprise, and they are also the ones dealing with the long range plans for the company. Usually these people are planning 2 years ahead, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, ganun katalayo yung ano nila. So, nag-visualize nila saan pupunta yung company. Ano? So, why they need to know what are these management levels? So, this is the skills required versus the management level. So, as you can see, if you're here at the lowest or the first line managers, these are the people who had to have a lot of technical skills. These are the things that they needed to perform their job. Mas sila sa technical skills, mas kakonte sa conceptual or sa nating managerial skills. So, as you climb the ladder or yung as na-promote kayo from middle, paunti yung technical skills that are required for you to do your job, and pataas ng pataas yung the managerial skills na meron tayo. But it doesn't mean na wala ka nang alam sa technical pag nasa top ka na So, you need to have at least, so example from that is yung big boss namin. So, most of our projects are highly technical. Um, Networking, infrastructure, data center, monitoring center, etc. More on IT, engineering, or something so whatsoever. But it's not hindi siya yung tipo na hindi siya technical na tao, hindi siya IT, hindi siya engineer, yung big boss namin. But he knows the ins and outs of this system. Meaning, he has an idea on what is going on, kaya hindi mo siya yung basta-basta maloloko mo na, eh, sir, ganito, ganyan, or something like that. So, same then when kayo din. So, that is why it's important na at least you know what's going on sa baba, meaning sa lowest level, it's so that you would be able to perform your job well. So, paano mo naman masusupervise na mamamanage yung isang bagay na hindi mo alam mo. That's why it's important to have your technical skills pa din. So, what is engineering management? So, engineering management is an activity combining yung technical knowledge na meron kayo, di ba, as an engineer, as mechatronics engineer, and the ability to organize and coordinate worker power, material, machinery, and money. Kasi yun yung mga meron na, yun yung mga lalabas when you're already working. Sa ngayon, siguro sa duty na hindi siya masyadong highlighted when you're doing projects ninyo sa school, ganyan. Pero once you've entered yung ganun, hindi ko alam kung ano, nakapag-OJT na ba kayo? Well, nakapag-OJT na ba kayo?
Hindi pa po. Hindi pa po.
Okay, sige. So, siguro I assume it would be next semester, right? Tama, next sem?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, dun niyo makikita yung ano, so dito kayo magkakaroon talaga ng bright, ang tawag dun, na, man, broader knowledge on how management works. Kasi you would be working with engineers that are also functioning as managers. Ano. So, yan. And to organize kung ano yung meron kayo right now na resources and yan. So, where your resources are always limited. Ano? So, yung parang make the most out of kung ano yung meron kayo. Lagi yun. And how you're going to effectively and efficiently manage it. So, the engineer manager is distinguished from other managers because we possess the ability to apply engineering principles and skills in organizing and directing people and projects. So, we are qualified to do two types of job, the management of the technical function and also the management of a broader function such as the marketing or top management. Ano, so hindi lang talaga siguro, I don't know kung meron kayong nakakakilalang engineer or I don't know, but engineers, in yun, they function as ano, managers. So, especially pag talagang gusto mong ma-promote, yan, mga ano, engineer manager tawag natin. So they are managers, but they also have the skills, technical skills that an engineer had. Ano yan. So, the process of management. So, paano ba ginagawa yung management? It consists of planning, organizing, directing or leading, and controlling. So, these are the um, five elements ng management. So, we will discuss these separately, one by one, kung ano yung planning, organizing, ano yung mga activity that will undertake on that each element, ano, in the next few weeks. So, ano yung objective ng management is, sabi natin kanina, ano yung ba yung, to find out ano yung objective ng organization ninyo and find ways paano nyo siya ma-achieve given na ito lang yung resources na meron kayo. Ano, the resources na meron kayo. Like what I said, resources are limited. Ano, at sabihin mo, ma'am, sobrang yaman ng company namin. Billion-billion yung inikita namin. But that's it. Hanggang dun lang yun. Ano, kahit sabi, ma'am, kahit gastusin namin to araw-araw, wala. But everything has limits. Ano? So, sabi mo, sa ngayon, ano naman, edi ko lang yung tao, ilan lang yung tao ng company ninyo, that is the limit of your human resources. Ilan lang yung capable na machines, that is the limit of your machineries. Ano? For example, na nasa terminal, kasi I worked before sa airport. That was my first project before. So, may machine kami doon, X-ray machine. So, the capacity of that X-ray machine is, it can scan up to 1,800 bulbs per hour. So, that's the limit. Ano, no machine na yun. So, ngayon, since they think, syempre, as part of the management team, way before, not on my time, kasi nung dating ako doon, nandun na yung machine eh. So, they were able to identify that to cater the capacity of the airport, they needed at least 5 working machines at the same time. So, kasi they wanted to make sure, ang objective nila is they wanted to make sure that 100% screening of all baggage and walang madidelay na flight dahil kulang tayo sa machine. So that's one of the goals. And these are the materials, these are the requirement, ito yung fund na meron kami. Something like that. So it's not just something na, ay hindi, bili pa tayo ng ganito, ganyan. Or parang ganyan. So the management and also finding the right human to be assigned for the right for its specific task. So for me, since I've been on the management side for about, ano na ngayon, sabihin natin na, kasi for, ano ba, ano ko nun, 1 year, 2 years, siguro sabihin natin na around 6 years, ano, na nasa management side na ako. So, 8 years ako nagtatrabaho, 6 years na ako nasa management. And, um, kasama dun is finding the right person, ano, to be assigned to a specific task. So, hindi lang siya dahil, ay, wala ginagawa si ganito, or, sige, ano na lang padala mo dun. So, kasama yun sa part ng management, finding the right person to be assigned to a specific task. But it does not stop there. You also need to motivate these persons to do the job. Sabi mo, bakit kailangan pa namin silang i-motivate? Hindi ba dapat ginagawa na nila yun kasi bayad naman sila? Well, for me, like ito sinasabi that one of the hardest, not one, the hardest thing to manage is the human resources. From all the resources that we have, the hardest thing to manage is the human resource or the people inside the organization, because the people have their own behavior, they have their own attitude, they have emotions, they have anything. Ano, so unlike, for example, when you're just dealing with materials, di ba? Materials na sira, pwede mong palitan. Materials na okay, sige, good for production. Pag sinalang mo yun sa machine, you set the machine so that its right parameters, it would perform as it is. And at the end of the day, you would have your product. But for people, people are different. Ano, syempre tao tayo. No? And emotions, they have emotions, emotions that can affect the job. Ayun, emotions that can, ayun. So, emotions for me, it makes people do stupid things. I know, I'm not emotionless, pero based on my experience, so when I'm emotional, whether it's happy or sad or whatever emotions, you tend to do unexpected things, sometimes stupid things. Ano, stupid things in a way, for example, doon tayo tumingin sa bad side. Ano, kasi pag good yung positive yung emotion na nararamdaman mo, mas inspired ka mag-work. Ano. Pag bad yung emotion na nararamdaman mo, everything ay mali. Parang ganun yung feeling. Everything ay mali. So, hindi ka makaisip ng tamang gagawin, hindi ka makapagtrabaho ng tama, etc. etc. So that's why you need to motivate them. So we have a special, a separate topic on this one. We want to know yung motivating and leading yung persons na meron tayo. And you would deal with these persons sooner or later. Ano, kasi kayo, mga engineer kayo, so basically, what's expected for you is you would be leading a team in the future. Ano. So, the management process, yan. So, yeah, planning, organizing, coordination, directing, motivation, and control. Yan. So, management is then exercise by planning, finalizing strategies, making policies, taking managerial decisions for different situations of options so as to achieve the objective of the organization. Yan. So, what ano yung kailangan niyo to be a successful engineer manager? So, number one is you need to have the ability. Ano, so I will not question your ability. Ano, kasi yan yung wino-work out niyo, pinag-aaralan niyo ever since, di ba? From first year hanggang ngayon, yun yung pinag-aaralan niyo, how to be, the ability to become mechatronics engineer. No? So, it's the capacity of an engineer to achieve the organizational goal effectively and efficiently. And I know sure as hell that you would be able to do it. Ano, kasi yun yung inaaral natin. So, it's not about being effective and being efficient. It's both. Lagi, ano, being effective and being efficient at the same time. So, yung kailangan natin na meron tayo. At yun na yung inaaral ninyo right now. Ano? The next one is the motivation to manage. So, the motivation to manage is something like gusto mo na mag-manage. Ano? So, not everyone wants it. Not everyone is, gusto. Ano? Kailangan meron ka talagang kusa. Talagang dapat meron kang ang tawag dun, motivation na gusto mo mag-manage. So, these are the things, or list of things that pwede nyo i-check right now. Meron ba kayong desire to engage on competition? Syempre, healthy competitions. Meron ba kayong desire to assert yourself and take charge? Um, Desire to exercise power and authority over others, and desire to behave in a distinctive way and the sense of responsibility. Okay. So, this thing can also be learned. Ano, hindi naman yan something na, ma'am, wala po motivation to manage or motivation to do this kind of things. So, paano ako magiging engineer manager? So, these things are things that can be learned. Ano, so, take me as an example. So, when I was a student, hindi ako ganun ka, well, I just do my classes, take my exam, pass my exam, then graduate. That's my plan. I don't want any complications that time. So I don't engage on um, leadership, yung magiging ano ka, magiging past officers. I don't do that kind of things when I was in college. So very, ano lang ako nun. And also, I hate reporting. I hate, ano nga tawag doon? Lumapit sa teacher mo para magtanong. I don't do that kind of things. For me, it's just complications. I know. But when I started working, this thing that I had noticed that if you wanted to um, climb the corporate ladder, meaning kailangan mo-promote, ganyan, ganyan, you need to show them that you are responsible, you can take care of yourself, and you can take care of other people. Ano kasi, pagdating sa management, it's something that you're not only responsible for yourself, you're responsible for other people, meaning your team, diba, your department, and I wanted to exercise your power and authority over others and to be in a distinctive way, in a way na mapapansin kayo ng manager na this this person can be trusted to do this kind of things. So, natutunan ko yon along the way. Ano, so, motivation to manage is something that you can learn. Ayan, so yung sa mga dyan, sa mga estudyante natin halimbawa that they don't have it yet, kaya yang matutunan. Just have to force yourself. You just have to motivate yourself to do it. Ano, competition, yan. So, I like that. So, ngayon gusto-gusto ko na yung ganyang bagay. Ano, so, it's not an overnight thing na gusto mo, tapos bukas meron ka na. So, it's a work in progress na bagay. Ano, so, you need to, and you also need to, kailangan mo siyang gustuhin araw-araw. Ano, parang sabihin natin, ano to, parang kailangan mo siyang gustuhin araw-araw for you to be successful and to, motivation to match is just something that I was motivated today, tomorrow, kailangan i-motivate mo yung sarili mo to manage. Ano. So, these are the things. So, ngayon, kung nakikita niyo na yung sarili niyo dyan, that you are at least check one of that or two of that, yan. So, meron na. Pwede na kayong mag-start. Ano. And lastly is the opportunity. So, kung yung unang dalawa is can be learned, ano, the ability and the motivation to manage can be learned, opportunity is given. Ano, and opportunity is something na hindi lahat ng tao is nabibigyan. Kaya nga, oportunidad. So, my suggestion for you or my advice to you is that when the opportunity presents to you, you grab it. Ano, it's not, it will not present, hindi lahat ng tao is nabibigyan ng ganon, opportunity, ano. So, when the opportunity presents to you, grab it. Meaning opportunity to obtain a suitable managerial job. Whether you're prepared or not prepared, pag nag-present sa'yo yung opportunities, you just need to grab it. Kahit hindi kayo prepared. And you just figure it out along the way. Ano, so halimbawa, um, si John Carlo. So, ako yung supervisor niya, ako yung manager niya. So, usually kasi nangyayari na mga, oh, John Carlo, gawin mo to. Or, manage mo na tong team na to. Or, gawin kitang team lead. So, ito yung mga task na gagawin mo. So, don't ever, ang tawag doon, reject that opportunity. Kahit sasabihin ni Giancarlo na, Ma'am, hindi ko pa po kasi ako ready. Kulang pa ako sa experience or wala akong ganito ganyan. No, no, no. You just have to grab it and then you just figure out what you're going to do along the way. Kasi mahirap, sabi natin, opportunity are given. So, hindi mo alam kung kailan siya ulit ibibigay sa'yo. Baka hindi na ibigay siya sa'yo ulit. Kasi kung halimbawa, tinangkihan ako ni Giancarlo, I would think that, okay, sige, tayo sa iba, mga kay Angelo. And then, the next time that there's an opportunity, or why would I offer it to Giancarlo when he already rejected me last time? So baka ngayon, hindi pa rin siya ready. So I'll just find another. For example, si Shane. Siya talaga nun. So that's what happened to me before. So they offered me this job and I think that besides hindi ko naman ako ganun ka experience, wala pa akong ganun ang daming experience, hindi rin ako ganun ka um, technically, hindi ko din master yung technical side. Um, and there are people na maapakan, ay hindi, malalampasan ko, mga tao na, syempre nakakahiya, di ba? Kumbaga, they have offered you this position and there are other people that are more senior to you na hindi nabigyan pagkakataon, So, nakakahiya, di ba? So, but that time, I didn't think. So, I just said, okay, I'll just grab it and then kung meron man ako hindi mga naiintindihan right now, I can just figure it out after and then, yun, here I am. Diba? Here I am. Parang ganun. So, just, basta yun lang yung ano sa inyo, suggestion ko sa inyo. Once the opportunity presents itself, kasi hindi naman lahat na bibigyan, is just grab it and then whether you're prepared or not, just grab it, accept it, and then just figure out kung ano naman yung kailangan nyo i-figure out along the way. The next is to find a supportive climate once on the job. So once you're on the job, once you're an engineer manager na, or you're on the management, so you need to find a supportive climate. Kasi, kung nasa management ka na, nandito na yung mga times kung saan you're managing people. So you need to find goods. Hindi ibig sabihin na kailangan mo i-hire mo yung mga kakampi mo, Hindi. So, supportive team. Kasi may mga times that it's not always rainbows and sunshines when you're working. So, there are times na may mga disagreements, bad days. So, at least at the end of the day, alam mo yun, supportive pa rin kayo with each other on achieving your goal. So, siguro for me, I'm just lucky, no, that I have a very supportive team. And because we know we got each other's back. No matter what happened, we got each other's back. Siyempre, exception ko halimbawa, they have broken the rules. So, halimbawa, alam ko na, kumbaga, yung dynamics ng team namin is, bago ka pa humingi ng tulong, nandiyan na. Ganun siya. So, hindi madamot yung team na meron ako right now na mabigay ng support with each other. So, especially support to me on dealing with tasks. So, for example, hindi ko sila kailangang isa-isahin. So, halimbawa, nagsabi ako na kailangan ko ng ganito. Siguro within 5-10 minutes, nandiyan na. So, same then with them.
Mag-early out na ako, wala na akong klase. Early out na.
So, same then with them is if they have needed something from me, a help from something from me, ganun din. So, we know that we got each other's back. So, supportive climate. So, mga ganong klase ng, bagay. So, yun lang naman. So, basta, ano ko sa inyo, lahat ay kaya matutunan, But that's yung opportunity na meron. So, once nag-knock sa door niya yan, just grab it. Ano, and then figure it out. And then, competition is global. So, engineering management, so kasama dyan yung, and di to compete successful in skill is fostered by corporate leaders who can do the following. So, these are expected for engineering manager to understand the business. Ano, it's not about understanding the technology itself na meron kayo, the project, but understanding the business and knowing what the customers wants right now and what would be their wants in the future. Ano, wait lang saglit. Ayan. So, and also, you should do research and development as investment to be nurtured rather than an expense to be minimized. So, spend more time strategic thinking about the future as they rise higher in the corporation. And dedicate solving a customer's problem and satisfying your need, which is how I would define true marketing as opposed to sales. And place a premium on innovation. So, this is how you meet sasabat as an engineer, manager. Ano. So, yun lang. So, we will be discussing siguro next week yung iba pa. Ano, so for the meantime, yan muna, ano, yung, just a quick, tato- quick, introduction on what is engineering management. So, like what I said kanina, you're encouraged to ask questions, ano. So, sabi ko sa'yo, isang bagay na hindi ko nagawa when I was in college, to ask questions. So, yan. So, if you want, I don't know, ano nga section nyo for 103? For 103. Okay, so, ayun, wala pa kayong group chat, no, sa Messenger. And, wait, so, yun lang na, ay, sorry, yun lang naman. So, your lecture would be posted on your Google Classroom. So, yun. So, if you have any question, just drop a message. Available tayong group chat, ano. So, gawa kayo ng group chat natin sa Messenger. Kasi mas madali kasi doon mag-message rather than sa mag-open pa ako ng Google Classroom to send you things or mag-email ako sa inyo. But anyway, yun, gawa kayo ng group chat natin. And then, pwede kayo mag-post ng questions. Pwede rin kayo mag-post ng directly message me kung nahihiya kayo mag-post ng questions sa GC or directly email me if you need anything. Ano. So, yun lang. So, see you next week and then, thank you.
Thank you po.